It's a war of 5 ant empires. I am Ants Canada, creator of worlds.
Let's
the
go.
biological engineer of a multi-year...
Whoa! He said he's the creator of what? Why is he playing God? Like, this is a God complex, right?
In my giant ant room lab, located in my home, where I'm building an expansive network
Whoa. Like, the God complex threw me off. I don't wanna lie. Rise of the 5 Ants Empire. Rise of the 5 Ants Empire.
It's a war
in
of
my
5
giant
ant
indoor
empires.
ecosystem.
I am Ants Canada, creator of worlds. The
Creator
biological
of
engineer
what?
of a multi-year operation in my giant ant room lab, located in my
You can't
home,
decide.
where
Okay,
I'm
let's see
building
the
an
ant
expansive
room
network of
first.
ecosystem vivariums. It's all one massive connected ecosystem I call Pangea, whose purpose is to
Pangea,
reveal how ecosystems work
the beginning
in the
of it
wild.
all.
And one of the
Pangea.
most mind-blowing biographies to follow in these tanks have been
That's
the
a
ant
very
colonies.
good transition.
After
And
2.5
that's the
years
queen ant.
since Pangea's creation, a secret ant hierarchy has formed in the soil and branches of Pangea's highly biodiverse ecosystem. But one ant colony has grown so powerful that it was able to summon swarms of its kin into my home from the outside, forcing me to perform a great ant-pocalypse event to weaken their reach. And you guys are all right on time for it.
Let's see,
Welcome
man.
to the Ants Canada Ant Channel. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Welcome to the AC family. Enjoy. The ants were
that's
spilling all across
loud.
the floor of my home, out of my ant room, and into the hallway.
What?
I try not to panic when I see things like this, but the sheer amount of ants trying to claim dominion over my home space
It's
is
crazy.
shocking. So you might be
Yeah.
asking how we got here. Well, it's quite the story, and
It's
if you're new
not
to the
even
channel,
a difficult
be prepared for
thing
quite
to
the lore as
question.
we
I
delve
wouldn't
into the
question that.
geopolitics of the 5 ant empires whose lives I've been following in my giant indoor ecosystem, Pangea. These ants are Parachechina longicornis, black crazy ants, my never-ending nemesis. They're an invasive species, having conquered
Invasive.
all tropical and subtropical regions of the world, and for good reason. Their biology makes them the perfect invaders. Their colonies contain multiple egg-laying queens that can clone
Multiple.
themselves, giving birth to daughters that are exact genetic copies and
What do you mean their ant colonies have multiple queens? Isn't it one queen per house, one queen per colony? How is it?
to sons that are exact genetic clones of their previous lovers, so that brothers and sisters can safely mate with
Perfect
each other
genetic
in the nest
clones.
without genetic inbreeding occurring. Aside from this, unrelated colonies can fuse and join forces, creating super colonies of millions of workers. And this crazy mix makes them a lethal ant force to reckon with. In Pangea, they're unstoppable, stealing fruit from the native ant species, collecting insects, capitalizing on honeydew production from plant
Poor
insects,
natives, man.
and
It's
killing
always the
important
natives.
creatures like our bees. Even after 2.5 years, the black crazy ants, which were unintentionally introduced as a smallish group via the decor, have grown to a horde that we on the channel have named the Dark Horde. Seem next to impossible to get rid of, but it's come to that point. Enough is enough. I'm scheduling an antpocalypse to deal with the sudden
Let's
Dark
go,
Horde
man.
surge.
Calling the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Calling the 4 horsemen.
Now in the past, I've attempted to combat the Dark Horde via some natural means.
How?
Case in point, this is Verdantia, the grasslands vivarium, and its soils have been greatly transformed.
Give
Massive
us the
mounds
full
of soil
story.
have been brought up to the surface from the deepest layers, completely changing the shape of the grasslands. Huge spacious burrows and chambers had been carved out into the soil, creating caverns that stretch
By
far
who?
beneath the soil surface.
That's huge.
This is the home of Verdantia's newest subterranean beast. Bambi,
Oh.
our newest and fat bamboo rat, lay in her burrow, along with the leaves she had collected above ground the night before. It had been just over 2 weeks since she had moved in, and since then, she had been busy completely transforming the soil layer of the grasslands, which was exactly what I hoped she would do.
So Bambi is against the
Bambi's
ants.
burrows, I spotted the Reapers, our resident marauder ants, a colony of the coolest ants that I placed into
Marauder
the grasslands
ants.
last year to actually go to war with the Dark Horde, and their story has truly been one of success.
So they are the
These marauder
heroes.
ants have been taking full advantage of all the spacious bamboo rat tunnels, as the ants are able to access various parts of the vivarium underground without having to do the hard work of burrowing. And guys, check out how big the colony is now.
The Bambi was dropped into the colony and it saw a potential or an opportunity of being a constructor. And it was like, you know what? Me, I'm Bambi, the tunnel constructor. Like,
You
I will
guys will
take
love
you from
this.
point A to B
For
right
reference,
now.
they started off
Shout
as a
out to
small
Bambi,
colony in a
man.
container. But let's have them come to the surface.
He understands more
With a
engineering
treat,
than I do.
I sprinkled a handful of seeds onto the soil surface.
I hate rats. Bambi is not a rat,
In no
though.
time,
What do
the
you
ants
mean?
began to emerge above ground as news of the seeds
Even if
began to
Bambi is
reach
a
the
rat,
entire
he's a cool
colony
rat.
below
man.
ground.
You have to
I
understand.
marveled as the ants began to carry each seed through the grass.
Give credit
and
where it's
plants
due,
back to
Orativo.
their nest. AC family, let's do some satisfying ant watching for a moment as
Let's
the ants
go.
bring home the seed bacon.
Like, you can underestimate these guys,
Albion Online is a
but
sandbox
they are
online
way too
in which
strong.
you write your own story instead.
Way too strong when
Those
it comes.
larger ants are called submajors. There are also supermajors in the colony, which are the largest workers, but they only come out for emergencies of extra large
Such
field
as-
operations.
oh.
For now, the colony feels like this is a job the submajors and ordinary workers can handle.
He just said Bambi is a rat. I know, but he's a construction rat, dog. He's not just a rat. Jesus Christ.
Now, for the longest time, I thought this colony was dying out.
And you're just hating on rats because of the Hansa virus. Otherwise, there's no reason for us to hate on rats. Shit.
As I only saw a few of them carrying home select bird seeds from the bowls of the birds that used to live in these grasslands. But guess they were amassing their numbers in secret, underground, this whole time. It's also a good thing they're a harvester species, because they eat seeds, which the black crazy ants can't eat, as they lack the mouth parts to crack the seeds.
In fact, just put it in blunt words like they're weak. This is crazy. Like, this is insane. Oh, nah.
Together with the help of Bambi, they have
Rats
successfully
are
driven
rats,
out the black
F
crazy
rats.
ants
Nah,
from nesting
Rati.
in the soils, which is great. For
Bambi
the
is here
apocalypse
to
soon
do
to
a
come.
great mission. Let's wait.
The soil
20
upheaval,
M
due
to
Bambi
untap
and even the
and
Reapers, has to my
apocalypse.
surprise had a visibly positive impact on the plant life of Verdantia. A part of me was afraid Bambi's tunnels would destroy Verdantia's plants,
Yeah.
but instead the plants have flourished. Perhaps because the mixing of soil around has delivered more nutrient-rich soils to the roots. So many of the
Bambi
plants
is a very
have begun
good
to
digger,
flower,
man.
like this holy basil. And look, at first
holy
I thought
basil.
that was an ant, but it looked odd. Upon closer inspection,
Don't
turns
tell me
out
that's a bee.
It wasn't an ant, but rather a beetle, or possibly a type of bug. Not quite sure, but regardless, it was an ant mimic.
That's a
See it stick its
mosquito, man.
proboscis deep into the flower to feed? How neat! On another set of flowers, I spotted the third ant empire ruling Pangea.
Which one is it?
These are the red ants, belonging to the genus
The
Tetrabora.
worst ones
Unlike
of
the
them
Reapers,
all.
these ants came unexpectedly with the plants. Here you can see them carefully farming aphids plant insects that feed on plant sap and produce sweet honeydew as a byproduct, which the red ants
Do you see that green thing? Those are insects too. I thought for a second this is just it, but this is some. What's this? Ooh. Ooh. I might never look into things in a microscopic level, man.
love. But as you can tell here, they're clearly in
You could have
competition with
missed
the dark
them,
horde
like,
over
it's
the
crazy.
honeydew. By the way, these red ants need a name. Leave your name suggestions in the comments, AC family.
We call them
There's actually
Menshine
another chapter of red
City,
ants
man.
located across the Terabithian Bridge.
Call them the
in
Red
Orcadia,
Devils.
my canopy vivarium. They're in the same genus,
Orcadia.
but different species as those in the Verdantian chapter. But like the red ants of Verdantia, these red ants were also unintentionally
The red ants
introduced
are few
with
in
the
numbers.
plants back when Orcadia was first constructed. This is actually the first time I've ever seen their nest. They're arboreal, but based on their nest site, seem to like nesting in patches of compost found in the canopy. I'm pretty happy to see them thriving as well.
Not as much as the black ants.
From red
the black ants
to
are
blue.
moving like crazy.
Our fourth ant empire is the
Now
Sapphire
that's a
Royals,
cool
who
structure.
have gotten the most screen time in the previous episodes
Sapphire
among all
Royals.
the other ant empires since they were added into Pangea last year, and for good reason.
So these are the
They're
MCs.
undeniably the unicorn of
They're
the ant
beautiful,
world,
man.
my pride
Crazy.
and joy ant colony. With their
Look at
shiny
that.
metallic blue exoskeleton.
It's like their exoskeleton has aerodynamics. Do you know when a car has like aerodynamics and it has those strips and it feels like it
and
is.
signature spines. They're my dream species.
Nah,
And
man.
there was a time long ago that I believed I could never replicate the very specific cloud rainforest environment that they required to survive. That wasn't until,
They're
of course,
beautiful. I don't know.
Pangea's cloud rainforest ecosystem was built in the ant room, which made it possible to keep them. I have found that the blue ants feed largely on fruit that I place onto Orcadia's branches every few days.
That's a
As you
mango.
can see, they're in direct competition with the other ants, but have been able
But
to
they are
thrive
way
as they
bigger
reach
than the
9-month
normal
mark
ants.
with us.
Way bigger.
But from
And
ant
they have a
newcomers
way better
to
shape
OGs,
frame for
it's time
war,
to
I
introduce you to the fifth and final ant empire that
Let's
has
go.
withstood the test of time. Going on 3 years this year since they were spotted in the original vivarium, Pandora, the cloud rainforest floor.
Let's go visit Pangea. Pangea.
This war.
This man maxed out on ads. It's crazy.
They held the skull of a cricket in place. The chromatoblasters, our resident acrobat ants,
The
had found this empty
chromatoblasters.
cricket head and were carving out the remaining meat inside. To say these ants
That looks
have been
like a
resourceful
very,
is
very
an
dope
understatement.
Caesar.
And it's no wonder they've managed to survive for years in Pangea. I think there are two reasons for their
Looks like a
success
cool
as a
Caesar, I
species.
don't wanna lie.
For one thing, as one of the oldest members of the forest, they know Pangea inside and out, and therefore know the best places to collect food. One of their favorite food sources, which they protect aggressively, especially from the black crazy ants, are their herds of scale insects. See that flattish scale insect? It strokes the scale insect gently with its antennae, which
What's a
eventually
scale
stimulates the scale
insect?
insect to eject a drop of honeydew, which the ant drinks up. And it seems this acrobat ant is almost completely full of it. Honeydew is packed with tons of nutrients and valuable carbs for the ants. And
What?
not all ants know how to harvest it from the plant insects. Another reason they've done so well in Pangea is something so beautiful, which AC family were actually right on time to witness. In Orcadia, a commotion was happening in a tiny section of the main tree trunk.
Is this the forthcoming of
Turns
war?
out, the chromatoblasters were having their annual nuptial flight, their once-a-year breeding event, where virgin queens and males, who've been waiting inside the nest all year since they were born, finally emerge into the world to mate. This is now their second nuptial flight, as they did this at the same time last year. And the sight made me feel all kinds of warmth.
It's crazy that insects mate one time a year, but they lay so many eggs in such a way that they can spawn out of nowhere and spawn out of the blue, like endlessly.
Fuzzies
Like
inside.
it's an infinite spawn point. Like
Normally, ants in captivity
it's crazy.
don't really breed because they lack the environmental cues that trigger these nuptial flights to happen. But in Pangea, which replicates outdoor conditions, it seems they do have nuptial flights, just as they do in the wild.
I didn't know he had this
I
many
love
eggs.
being a witness
Yeah, you
to the
don't watch
circle
the
of life in
content.
action like this.
It shows.
And it reminded me
You watch
of why I
TikToks
started
only.
this ecosystem vivarium project
know guys
in the
like
first
you.
place.
It's times like this
These
when you
vivariums
show yourself
began from
the
wanting
most.
to observe ants in their true ecological context. As an ant keeper of many years,
Which species
I
is
felt
this
as though
one?
I had learned and
Is it
seen
the red
everything
ants?
I could about ants living in a formicarium. So the logical next step was to observe the ants in a natural setting, complete with other creatures, plants, and even other ant species. Because for me, it was the difference between studying an organ, like the heart, in a controlled container in a lab, i.e., like ants in an ant farm, versus studying the heart and its function in the entire human body, i.e., like ants in ecosystem vivaria. In other words, I felt that to best understand and learn about ants, I needed to see them in context of their place in the biosphere. Ants have a special purpose in a larger system, the ecosystem, in the same way.
It's not even a purpose. Like the reason why we are here today is because of ants. Like without ants, the whole world would like fall off the orbit. Like the whole world would be like because I don't know, like my ecology teacher used to say that in a span, not my ecology teacher, it was my biology teacher. He said that in your own house there are enough ants to outweigh an elephant. Like if you can put a dead weight of an elephant and a dead weight of all the ants in your house, like ants would outweigh an elephant, which is crazy.
The heart has a
That's a
purpose
crazy
in
fact.
the circulatory system. Ants help with cleanup, seed distribution, predation, and soil circulation.
Everything, man.
And every time I watch ants in Pangea, I feel grateful to see them
You just
fulfill
realize
their purpose
how important
exactly
they
as
are.
Mother Nature intended.
Let's see the ant apocalypse now. It's
But
time
now it's
for
time
war.
to deal with an imbalance.
This man has a serious god
I was
complex.
shocked
I can
to see
see.
the Dark Horde parading a dead gecko across the ledge in Verdantia.
A
I have
dead
no idea
gecko.
where they found this dead house gecko, if the ants were the ones who killed it, or what. But this huge
Like at this point, where is that gecko even going? Because I feel like there's zero nutrients in that gecko. I feel like that's what are you eating there? Like insects are crazy. No species is going to eat that unless it's a vulture,
would
a
definitely lead
scavenger,
to another
like
population boom.
hyenas.
And I couldn't let that happen. The surge in black
It's only
crazy ants
them.
in Pangea was so huge, their pheromones attracted more black crazy ant colonies from outside my home, and an insane amount of black crazy ants were seen trailing up from ground level into my ant room, leading
Just
to the
defying
invasion
gravity.
in my home.
Normal day for the ants. We
Finally arrived at my
defy
place.
gravity.
A brand new vacuum I bought with interchangeable heads for better suction, and hence began the antpocalypse.
So this is the ant apocalypse.
With the anteater raining down on the Dark Horde, the distress pheromones would soon end their migration. The anteater ripped into all black crazy ant masses I could find.
If you struggle with focus, this sound might change everything.
I am 100% sure that vacuums were not invented for this specific use. What do you mean the great vacuum is the cause of the apocalypse? I thought it was the Great War.
And just like that, a huge population of black crazy ants had been eliminated. This regular culling of the Dark Horde is all I can do to control their populations. It's sad to do,
He still
because
has
I know it's not
a
the
lot
black
to
crazy
do.
ants' fault that they're so
Humans-
well adapted to be the perfect.
Human selection is a crazy one.
Invasive species.
What the heck?
But for the health of Pangea's ecosystem, it needed to be done. In addition, I'll continue to do my best to support our other empires so they
Yeah,
continue to
crazy for
thrive.
that one,
There are
Mama.
other
Wait.
ant species in Pangea, like the nomads, our resident gnome ants. But these empires have laid low as of late, and I don't see them as much.
Charles Darwin won't take
Perhaps they
that
were
lightly, I'm
outcompeted
telling
and
you.
or
He's
are
turning
growing
on
in
his
numbers
grave
in
right
secret
now.
somewhere.
Human what?
The Asian
Selection.
bullet ants have
It's
all
called
died
human
out naturally,
impact.
seeing as they're a queenless
This
species
guy.
and can't continue their lineage without an outside male to keep the cycle going. But I plan on introducing another Asian bullet ant colony soon, especially now that we have the new beehole, so outside males can follow the scent of the females and breed with the dominant egg-laying gamergates. As for other ant species,
What did I
that
just
may
watch?
possibly
Like-
find their way into our system, I do.
You know, like, I swear, like, wild animals need to find a way to communicate with us before mating, because they can't just mate out of the blue, like, without reason. Like, I swear, animals be humping, like, just because you're watching them. Like, it's crazy. Come on, man.
See a few weaver ant nests in the monkey paw trees just
What was
outside
that?
the bee hole. Perhaps one of these days, a weaver ant scout may stumble into Pangea and decide to move in. We'll just have to see. Overall, the hierarchy of ant empires in Pangea continues to change and evolve as colonies rise and fall, and those who manage to win at the game of survival persist and continue their lineage, just as would happen in nature. I will always love
Bullshit. So, the ant, what does he call it? The ant apocalypse. The ant apocalypse was caused by human selection. That's not real, you know, as far as I'm concerned. Everything was fabricated, and yeah, man.